We're going to need slushies, churros, and an assload of quarters.
If you're hearing our voices, that means it's time for This Meets Out, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
I wish we had those things.
I know. It was like wishful thinking.
Yeah. So we need to get through this one. So we are back with part one of our... I'm not even going to say it, but part one of our breakdown. Yeah. The breakdown, yeah. Here we go. The breakdown of Kissing Booth 2. Did the trailer last week. If you didn't check that out, you should go check it out.
That's right.
Otherwise, just keep listening, I guess, right?
To this one, right? Yeah. And the next one.
And then the next one, and then the one after that, and so on, and so on. Well, do you want to recap what the Kissing Booth
is about?
The Kissing Booth 2 is about?
2. Yeah, sure. So, in case you don't remember from the last episode, the sequel to 2018's The Kissing Booth, high school senior Elle juggles a long-distance relationship with her dreamy boyfriend Noah, college applications, and a new friendship with a handsome classmate that could change everything.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sums it up.
Is there like another The Kissing Booth, where they had to call out in the sequel to 2018's The Kissing Booth?
I hope so. Maybe they were thinking of like, there's already a trilogy probably in everyone's mind. So,
like, why do you need to call it out again?
It's assuming there's a trilogy.
Yeah. Always is. Expectations from the trailer. How'd we do? I think
I was way off. Yeah, did not go the way I expected.
No, it didn't. Not at all, actually.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you were close, but yeah, no, actually, no, not at all. Were you?
I don't even remember what I said, other than like something about.
I think you went on a rant about zombies or something, and
yeah, there were zombies. Someone's mom, I think, was involved.
Yeah,
the dead mom comes back.
Dead mom comes back to life, and
that's right.
Yeah,
the ex-dead mom. Yeah,
yes, the ex-dead mom was kind of the genesis of everything else that's going on. But.
Right, I forgot, but yeah, definitely way off.
Yeah, unfortunately, she does not come back. Only in memory. I think it ended the way we realistically thought it was going to end. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like you were right when you were starting your expectations and saying it's going to be the same as the first movie. Like that was correct.
Yes.
Until I took us off the rails.
Yeah, a little bit, but for the better because we needed it.
Yeah, I think so.
In a situation of you aim high and you get the worst. Simple as that. Well, the quick info on this one.
Yeah, what do you got?
So this is directed by Vince Marcello.
Did he do the first one?
He did. He did 3 and he did a movie called Zombie Prom.
Really?
So maybe you weren't.
Interesting.
A musical comedy. He's directed all 3. So
why is he not known for The Kissing Booth 3? Like it says known for The Kissing Booth 2, and Zombie Prom.
Because
like what is Kissing Booth 3 that much worse?
Yeah, I mean the third one, it's always a tough one to pull off, right? Godfather Part 3.
Yep, that's right. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
No, that one's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Who am I kidding?
We all know Boba Fett's still being digested in the Sarlacc pit, right? Like he's not alive.
Well,
he's only done 3 movies, and that means like a little less than a third of his credits are these 3 movies. So,
well, Zombie Prom's a short, also. So right, so like
yep.
Yeah, he doesn't have an extensive list here. Liar, Liar, Vampire. I'm seeing a trend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know who his audience is.
Yep, and
the Electric Company reboot. Interesting.
Classic. So that's Vince there. He is part of one of the screenwriting group here. So Vince Marcello, J.S. Arnold, and then Beth Riekels, who just a story. She wrote the book or whatever.
Unfortunate name.
I know we did all this homework before. Yeah. I know we did all the homework on this in our first and The Kissing Booth.
We did?
Yeah, we did a little bit more. So I urge everyone to go listen to those episodes to hear more about these people.
I urge that also.
That's what you're going to get from us. That's how we're running today.
Urging.
Go do a little homework. J.S. Arnold, he's only written 2 things, Kissing Booth 2 and Kissing Booth 3.
Nothing in the works right now, huh?
Nothing. Hey, when you
and you
get a special thanks on Kissing Booth, the first one.
Yeah, I guess if you got a good thing going, don't
mess it up. So, Jesus Christ. All right. So who's in this movie? The same gang from the first one. So we got Joey King playing Elle Evans, Joel Courtney playing Lee Flynn, her best BFF there.
Yep.
Jacob Elordi, who plays Noah Flynn.
Yep.
The big love interest who's headed off to college. And then we have Molly Ringwald as Mom Flynn.
Right.
Dad and brother show up again as well, but whatever.
Barely.
Then
Not enough.
The new characters here. We got Taylor Zakhar Perez.
Okay.
He plays Marco.
Yep.
The new handsome classmate. Maisie Richardson-Sellers. She plays Chloe.
Okay.
Who's our...
I'm assuming he's getting a spinoff.
Probably. And then we got Waldemar Schultz, who plays the homeroom teacher.
Yeah, that's a sick name too.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed it, right? Waldemar Schultz. Like, if you're out there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you mean the really important homeroom teacher.
Yeah, that scene was super important.
Cool.
So, just trucking along here. Production budget, box office stuff. So, obviously, it's a Netflix film, so we couldn't get budget or revenue numbers. But
so far, yeah, no leakers on the set there.
No, but we're pretty strong internet sleuths here.
Yeah, and
internet gumshoes. Mathematists. So we did a little number crunching here.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to pull up some streaming numbers.
Yeah, what do you got?
Button up your shirt for this one. So this movie, number 2 is Kissing Booth 2, is number 7 on the all-time Netflix stream list in the first 28 days. First 28 days of release. It's number 7.
Did you also look up the rest of that list?
I did.
Was the Kissing Booth the first one on the list? Really?
No.
Interesting. Why this one?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, so I mean, that list right now is Red Notice number 1, Don't Look Up as 2, Bird Box, Extraction, Unforgivable, The Irishman, and then Kissing Booth 2.
Yeah, those all make sense.
Yes, they do.
Huh. Okay.
It's up there in number 7 with 209,250,000 hours streamed in the first 28 days of release.
It's too many.
It is so many hours.
I mean, really padding the stats with the runtime, like, come on. Like, if you're going to sit through the whole movie, it's automatically 2 hours.
Yep. Seriously.
and change.
Netflix also reported that 66 million households watched over the first 4 weeks.
Unbelievable.
So now this is where we're going to do some of our mathemology here, right?
Right.
So we can splice this 2 different ways, right?
Yeah. Splice this?
Right?
I'd probably say sliced it, but.
Oh, what did I say? Spliced?
Yeah. I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you're into, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just, all right.
Slicing, splicing.
All right. Now you're splicing hairs about what the words I'm using here.
Sean Spicer.
Old Splice. All right.
Ooh, scary Splice.
Pretty good. Splice the movie. Damn it. Splice place, baby. All right. Enough. I'm trying to do math right now.
Sorry. I know it's not easy.
Splice age.
It's got a stupid squirrel. Stupid squirrel.
Splice man. You can be my wingman anytime. All right. So 209,250,000 hours. That's so many. So if we do some mathemology here.
Yeah.
We divide that by a round number like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So that means that's about 104 or whatever. Let's just call it 105 million hours, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Or 150. I know, I'm sorry. 150 million views, like watchings, right?
Yeah. Viewings of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's too many.
You ready for this? If we multiply that number now by...
Wait, did you say 150?
No, 105.
Okay.
Ish. 104, 105, right?
Yep.
And then if you multiply that by, what's the going ticket price these days?
$15.
14, 15 bucks.
Yeah.
That means
a lot of tickets.
If we were to extrapolate this out to movie ticket, like box office sales, you're looking at $1.5 billion.
Which is insane. And also, think about it this way. Those are households. Like...
So yeah, so like, even if you do the next number, or if we do the Netflix,
one person watched each thing once,
right?
Great.
Yeah, and even if you do the 66 million households, let's just say each one just by that number, right?
Yeah, by
you're
one.
You're still at like $1 billion. You're still like right?
Yeah, probably close. It's too much.
I think you're under $1 billion. You're like 900 million at 66 million households at $15 a household.
Yeah, wild.
But then yes, I mean but that's the cost of like Netflix subscription per month too. So I mean that's
sure. I mean you're watching a zillion other things, but
right, but still.
Well, and that's like, I mean, where I don't know. I still don't get the Netflix model. Like, does it really work? Like,
I mean, it's working.
So far, are they profitable?
No,
I didn't think so. No. It's like the Uber model, right? Like, if they're still not profitable for so many years later.
Yeah, they got a ton of debt because they've taken out so much money to pay. They take out like billions of dollars a year for paying for all this content to keep people subscribing and or to obviously earn new subscribers.
Right.
So no,
wild.
Yeah.
How are they like unsustainable? Anyway, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that podcast.
So anyways, that's where we're at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Do we have any type of conversion for how many fanatics that might be?
Fanatics? Yeah, let me do a little on the fly.
Sorry to put you on the spot here, but do we have like
No, you're right. I should have been prepared for that. It's my fault.
Yeah, I know it is. I told you I was going to do this.
I know you did. It's like 416 something. No, that's not right.
No, that's no.
Yeah, I think maybe another couple of zeros. Maybe like 8,000. No, 41,000 fanatics.
Well, one of these days I'll look at your formula and we'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, most of the time I'm right. This one's hard.
Yeah. Let's just say it's a lot of fanatics, basically.
Yeah. How many digits there are in 1.5 billion?
A lot. I know.
Too many.
You have to count the places. Like, you count the commas. Yes. Count the commas, I'm
not putting commas in when I'm doing the math here.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well,
it's my fault.
I know it is.
But I feel confident. 41,000. That sounds right.
I'll take that. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah. I buy that. So that's it. That's a quick info.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
All right. Well, Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker.
The classic line.
I don't know. I got to work on that one. I'm not sure if I'm totally into it.
Yeah, that's fair. So, all right. Hear me out here.
If I had a nickel for every time you said, hear me out here.
Yeah. You'd have at least a fanatic's worth. So Rocky IV is my first one, which I think is obvious, right?
Yeah. 100%. Now who are
the players here?
Yeah. Who's who?
So first of all, the reason why I thought of it in the first place, too many montages.
Yes.
Both movies have way too many montages.
And that's funny. I didn't even think about the montage aspect.
Yep.
Nailed it. Love it.
Yep. This movie was probably 60% montage. Yes. Kissing Booth 2.
Yes.
And Rocky 4 was probably at least 40% montage.
Oh God. Yeah. So much montage, but yeah.
And then as far as the players here go, we've got Lee. Lee is your classic Apollo Creed character.
100%. Yep. The friend.
Basically knocking himself out, killing himself, trying to get another punch in, like a classic.
Yep.
Classically.
Yep. Classically.
Who's doing the punching? Elle. Elle is Ivan Drago.
Wow.
And you could
killing him. Yeah.
Just killing him. You think about it this way. They always forget what the movie's about until about 3/4 of the way through the movie. And so at least in our experience with Kissing Booth movies, I've found. And so they forgot that the whole point of this was Elle and Lee's relationship.
Right.
Right. And so that's the core thing here.
Yeah.
And she's constantly ruining his life. So
yes.
Didn't even tell him that he applied to colleges, spending all this time around his girlfriend that they hate it. It's terrible.
Yep.
It's basically a murder punch.
A murder punch.
Yep. Our hero, Rocky, also known as Noah, the good guy all along.
Yep.
Getting plenty of montages in of his own. The elder statesman stepping up here to relinquish his championship, which is like getting into Harvard. Basically, he's like, I'm not interested in being away from you at Harvard. It's without I don't want this without you.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately comes back the hero.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm
going to go out on a limb here and say Marco is Mikhail Gorbachev.
Wow. Did not see that one coming. Okay.
Yep.
but I buy it.
Yep. Right. Because, at first he's a little free spirited and he just doesn't know what he wants out of anything here. Just like Mikhail Gorbachev.
Yeah.
Perestroika. Perestroika. Yeah. Well, let's give everybody a little bit of freedom and see how that turns out for me later on. And then, realizes that at the end we can all change, when Rocky abolishes the Soviet Union in 1985. Yeah. By winning. Spoilers.
Haven't seen that one.
And then let's say Rachel is Adrian.
Oh, he's like off to the side,
like
kind of
barely in the movie. So Rocky IV, obviously. Now
that you've said that,
going a little bit on a limb here and doing some wishful thinking, like I like to do, and saying Easy Rider.
Okay.
I guess I went classics today, huh?
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
No.
But come back with me to 1969. Summer of Love.
I'm with you. I got the flower in my hair. Let's do it.
So this is what I wanted. This is what I want Kissing Booth 3 to be, which I know it's not. But I want Kissing Booth 3 to be Easy Rider because there's so much good motorcycle work here that leads in. They're being reckless. They're being dangerous.
Yeah.
In this case, obviously Peter Fonda is Noah, right? And Dennis Hopper is Elle. And then I want them to drop out of college, drive across the country on the motorcycle, have like an orgy with some hippies, maybe.
Okay.
And at the end, I want Elle to die in a horrible shotgun blast off of her motorcycle.
And just end all of it.
Yeah, and have Noah, cradling her dead body on the side of the road.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
that's a good mix of wishful thinking / nailed it.
Thank you.
Wasn't sure where that was going, but
do you not see that? No,
I see all of it very clearly.
They might have to up the rating for the next one.
Yeah. This is a tough act to follow.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
This is a tough act to follow in this one.
Yeah, what do you got? Pitch me.
All right, so it might be a little bit of a stretch here. I'm going with it's Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Meets The Social Network.
Okay. Wow. I think I see where you're going, but maybe
I'm
not.
also looking for I can't wait for your additional commentary because sometimes you see things that I don't even in my own pitches, which is great.
Yeah. Sure.
It's what makes my pitches
a little bit.
No, it's what makes my pitches so like next level because there's even shit in there I don't even see.
That's right. Yeah, you usually are really good at subconsciously.
Yeah.
Identifying those similarities. Yeah.
So Star Wars Force Awakens, because at first I was just going with it is the same as the first movie.
Yep. Okay. I could totally see that.
That was the obvious side of that one, right?
Yep.
Going a little deeper in that one, Force Awakens, same movie. You got some same characters, but you also have some new characters, right?
Yep.
And you've also got this really poorly shoehorned in diversity move, which Kissing Booth 2 tries to do, and it's just embarrassing and cringy. Really
badly done. Yeah.
Yes.
They like attempt at representation is horrifying. You're right.
It's probably kind of insulting. I mean, it feels like a checkbox. Like, cool, hey, we got that. Boop.
Just like The Force Awakens,
right?
You're right.
Bunch of execs. It's a checkbox. Yeah. All right. Meets The Social Network. Wait.
You're not going to give me any kind of character by character on that one? Like
no.
Like Marco's a real Poe Dameron.
No, because no one dies. So I can't. Does anyone die in this one? No. I guess like the dad would be Han Solo. He probably wishes he could die.
Right? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's more similarities than you think.
Yeah, maybe the son is like the little kid who we don't see at all in this one for like 2 seconds. Maybe he's like,
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Brad's a real Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's it. I don't want to go further than that. But meets The Social Network, and this is.
Which I'm assuming for obvious reasons, right?
Yeah, the Harvard connection, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that Kissing Booth 2, I think the deep down story here is the obsession with social networks and the internet and how it almost ruined a relationship.
Oh, interesting. Good pull.
I'm going with the obsession here because in this movie, Elle, she's on social media a lot.
Yep.
Stalking Chloe.
Yep.
Coming up with her own conclusions about what's going on, not having any conversations.
On Instagram, a Facebook property. So,
right?
Yeah.
And she makes all these snap judgments based on things she's seeing on social media, which almost ruins her relationships, I should say. But
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And then, that's it. I'm just going for those. Kind of, what else?
That's really good. I was going to say Chloe really reminds me of an Eduardo Saverin type character.
Andrew Garfield.
Could totally see her, going to Singapore, not paying taxes. Like an Andrew Garfield type.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess Elle would be the Zakhar, kind of obsessed, kind of, just ruining all the relationships around her with her, with her inability to communicate and like awkwardness, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait, and then
is Noah the Winklevoss brothers? Like he's just both of them. Like he's,
I guess, yeah,
right. Like kind of got screwed, but
still makes out as a billionaire, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, he's probably totally fine. What's his face? Who plays the guy who fucking came with Napster there? Is that Marco?
Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, JT. Is that Marco?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I could see that.
It's cool as making $1 million. It's fucking cooler than cool. Making $1 billion.
$1 trillion.
It's like, what? Shut up.
Yeah. You about to fast fact me? I did no research here.
I'm about to fast fact you so hard right now, right in the face. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Fast fact me right now.
Here we go. So Joey King apparently shaved her head. Not apparently, she did. She shaved her head for her role in this TV Hulu series called The Act.
Yep.
Which was filmed came out in 2019.
Okay.
Shaved head. That means she had to wear a wig when filming this movie.
Yeah, I didn't notice, but Thais pointed it out, and I'm glad she did because I was like, oh, that's what a bad wig looks like.
Yeah. I guess if you don't notice, it's not a bad wig, right?
Yeah.
Some pictures of Elle and Noah that are used in the movie are pictures of the two actors, Joey King and Jacob Elordi, when they were actually together.
Oh, that's what?
It's kind of weird. Kind of weird, right?
Yeah, I guess. Wait, are they together?
I think when they were together, I don't know, were is past, right?
Yeah, wait. No, but I'm assuming this means like from when they were together, the time when they were in the pictures. But like,
were they together during the making of the movie, or are they still
right? That's
now?
what I'm wondering. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I would think they were together probably during the making of the movie. Probably all three of them, right? Or in the third one, maybe they actually break up in the movie and then they broke up in real life.
And broke up in real life. When you die in the movie, you die in real life.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh, nice.
That's all I got there.
Okay.
Movie is this is actually similar. This is right from the first one because I think Tin was the first movie we did a fast fact about how they tried to make both these movies at the same time, or they shot both of them at the same time. But long story short, it was shot in LA, or the movie's set in LA.
I forgot. Yeah.
The movie's set in LA, but most of it was filmed in Cape Town, South Africa, which I think one of our fast facts of the first movie. Eagle-deered listeners, if you want to email us and let us know,
I'll send you something.
Jared will send you something, and we'll talk about you. I'm pretty sure we had a fast fact how they shot both these movies like kind of at the same time, didn't we? In South Africa.
I think that's right. Yeah.
In the school and everything. The actor Taylor Zakhar Perez, who plays Marco, is 10 years older than his character.
I mean, surprising no one.
Yeah.
I thought they all were. Are they all not?
I think they are. I mean, Joey King is 23, so yeah, she's a couple years too old, right?
Yeah, but not 10. I assumed most of these guys were in their 30s.
Joel Courtney, he's close, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, no, I mean that's
actually he's 24.
That's like 25. Yeah, 24.
Yeah. No, yeah. So yeah, they're all.
Jacob Elordi must be right. What?
No, this is the whole.
Oh, that's right. That was the fast fact last time, right?
Yeah, that he's actually the older. He's playing the older brother, but he's actually younger by a year than Lee.
Oh my god, I totally forgot. I completely forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. Oh, then that's weird. Then it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So keeping up the 10 years older. So
wild.
In the first movie, it is known that Elle's full name is Shelley. But it's revealed that in this movie, and this doesn't make any sense, but it was revealed in this movie that her full name is Rochelle, which I don't remember hearing any of that. Do you?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, no, I think it's probably on one of like the letters that she got from Harvard or at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. No, that makes sense. But her full name is Rochelle, which follows the books.
Huh.
So we have a little canon problem here then. Which is it? Is it Shelley or is it Rochelle?
Yeah, that's the only problem with this movie.
That's the only one I care about. There's a moment in the movie when Lee completely forgets about his girlfriend Rachel and leaves her alone standing out in front of a movie theater outside of a cinema. And you can see above, amongst the films that are playing at the cinema, that are playing is Two Hearts, which stars Jacob Elordi.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, glad you asked, because I am completely...
You looked it up ahead of time.
I was completely and fully prepared for you to ask me what Two Hearts was. So that's why I want to clarify that I know what it's about. It's a romance drama where this is a weird way to write this in the beginning here, this log line, but for two couples, that's for FOUR, not for two. For two couples, the future unfolds in different decades and different places, but a hidden connection will bring them together in a way that no one could have predicted.
Okay. That sounds bad.
Yeah. We might have found a new contender for...
Yeah, but it's got 6 point something on IMDb, which I think is pretty good on IMDb, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. IMDb ratings they're stupid.
I know. They're all over the place.
They don't make any sense. So
I agree with you.
So that's that. That is all of we are fast facted.
Wow. What do you know? Great job, buddy. Good researching.
Thanks, man. Good. I did good clicking. I clicked the links.
Did good.
I clicked the link. So
click the shit out of them.
All right, man. Well, you ready to we do pretty okay?
I think so, yeah.
So opening credits Netflix. We're here. We did it.
There's a bunch of we got Picture Loom Productions.
I didn't do any homework on any of these.
Clear Black Films.
Yeah. They all mean nothing to me.
Comics, entertainment. Yeah, I don't know.
This first 2 minutes of the credits kind of rolling and showing production companies, where I texted you and I was like, this first 2 minutes just feels like a crazy fever dream nightmare of a situation because it's basically 2 minute recap / voiceover recap of the first movie and then what's happening right now, all condensed in 2 minutes.
That's right.
So we got Elle on a motor scooter. She's riding down the highway in California there. We get Netflix Presents, the Hollywood sign against the mountain backdrop, and then voiceover kicks in. Do we know who she's talking to by the end of the movie? She's just talking to
us, I think.
Yeah, but there's no no one else. She's it's like breaking the fourth wall talking to us, basically.
I think so. I mean, unless she's it might be a video diary or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right, because she's recording those messages on the computer sometimes.
Is she?
Well, at the end, I feel like the oh boy.
Yeah, it feels
looking at us. I don't know.
It feels like they went too literal with the narrator from the books, probably, but they had no explanation of who this narrator was. Where the narrator wasn't a passive hidden.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep, I think you're right.
Something I don't know. Anyways, so she's basically just voiceover, like we said, just voiceover and a wrap up of last movie. We get cuts and shots of pretty much the last 2 minutes of the last movie. Her and Noah doing summer couple stuff. Rollerblading, watching his son. Yep. Oh man, we get the 27 days ago he left and now he's gone and she's alone and she's okay with it. But she's like, guess that's what being a senior is all about, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of maturity that comes with being a senior.
That's it. I was gonna rewind and try and write it down exactly, but I was like, I don't know. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes of too much. So yeah. We got a whole, this is our first opening montage, right? Again, 60% of the movie's montage starts with a montage. Yeah, this is it. And then she goes into a kind of another montage, basically. And it just felt I couldn't really keep up with all of it. It's like a TikTok video of exposition, pretty much.
Yeah.
Filling in all the gaps then from when he left to now to what's going on now, right? Catching us all up. So touching on things like Lee is apparently now ripped and buff, which
yep. Didn't see that coming.
Doesn't mean anything for later in the movie at all. Means nothing.
Yep. No, there's no payoff.
There's nothing. No reason to call it out. They apply to the same college, UC Berkeley, because rules, and mom is still dead, which just like the first movie, they had this really bad transition of oh, mom. Oh, guess we're at the arcade now. The same movie. She's taking nudes that she can't send to Noah.
Yep, chickened out.
She's getting good at Xbox, and her and Lee start a podcast.
Which, relatable.
Right? A little on the nose.
But I don't think they have as many listeners as us. So
now they got 37. We have way more than that.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're at the arcade, and I don't know. This is all just the opening credits. A lot of stuff going on, and then her talking about how her and Noah are going to try doing long distance, and there's this little hesitation of like, this is going to be a lot, and she's like, I'm okay. I think maybe kind of pretending she's okay with it. She's unsure.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2.5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, too much. I'm glad that we are having some consistencies from the first movie, at least, where there's too much like word art on the screen. Like the rule number 19, they do a big highlight for that. So I'm glad some things don't change.
Yeah, it's just like, I think we probably even said this in the first movie too, but imagine like the Zombieland rules popping up like in the the world, like they kind of pop up as like, and then she's home, and then we get the title card of the movie on the bed. The Kissing Booth 2 again. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Get fired up, man. We got 2 hours and 7 minutes to go.
That's right. And so it's first day of school again, because it's the same movie again.
Same movie. Yep. They found the Death Star. Yeah.
Like flaunting it. Like they're just like it's literally the same movie. There's no shying away from it. It is Force Awakens style.
They even make fun of the joke that happened in the first movie.
Right. Yeah. The ripped pants situation.
Yeah, the ripped pants short skirt thing where Lee comes and picks her up in his Mustang, and he had bought her a short skirt.
Horrible. But this time things are a little different. We got to pick up Rachel along the way.
Right. The girlfriend, Lee's girlfriend. So
they're already, I don't know, they're kind of awkward. Like you can tell she greets her. There's like a little confusion around who's sitting in the front seat, who's got back seat. She's like, sup, Foxy lady, which is a weird thing to say in 2019.
Yeah. And this is definitely the beginning of, you can obviously, like you said, you could see like, okay, there's some tension here, obviously here, but it's very clear. This whole movie is Elle's world, and we're just all living in it.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
I think if you're going and picking up even your friend's significant other, you're like, hey, do you want the front seat? You offer it. And they're like, no, I'll take the back.
Yeah. I mean, that's just being polite.
So then we're in a car ride.
Get to the parking lot.
There's a weird soft glow going on too, which was weird. It was almost like the way it was shot was like a really weird, like kind
of soap opera-y.
Yeah, I think that was what I was looking for. It was like soap opera-y kind of feel to it. Which,
I got that vibe too. I
guess that's what they're kind of going for. But anyways, they're back in the parking lot, and just like the first movie, she's walking to class, and everyone's looking at her and awkwardly.
He's still the only one with a Mustang. Like everybody else has normal cars for the most part.
Yeah. Everyone's like looking at her. Did we ever figure out why they were looking at her, staring at her?
They say it explicitly immediately.
Do they?
They're like, oh, sorry, you and Noah broke up.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Right.
It's so she's like, well, we didn't break up. And everyone's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you did. He moved away. So
yeah, he's at Harvard. So
and you're in high school. So
yeah, if there's one thing we know.
She's still doing voiceover, and she gives us the line from the trailer. Sometimes I hate high school.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we're in class and they get the announcements, right?
I was like, yeah, some British lady doing announcement. I forgot, like
she was
British or whatever. Yeah,
she was in the first
completely
one.
forgot she was a character.
Oh, did she quote? What did you say here? She's
got like a weird Audrey Hepburn quote. Yeah, in her announcements.
Yeah, it's weird because I didn't catch that because there's a photo of Audrey Hepburn, and Elle looks at it as like for inspiration.
Exactly.
What a weird.
Yep. Yep. No, it doesn't come back. I mean, like it comes back that one time, but it's like
it's not
a theme of the movie. Yeah. No.
Not a foreshadowed. No.
It's about as good of a foreshadowed as we could get here.
So then there's announcements about the fundraiser, and for some reason our two heroes here forgot about getting permission or something for the kissing booth.
They forgot to bring their presentation.
That's what it was. They forgot the presentation for the kissing booth. Which
come on, it's presentations 101. So this is when the OMG girls come in hot, right?
Yes.
At lunchtime.
Yep. Cafeteria. That's where they show up all the time. Yeah.
Did we disclaimer it at the beginning for the listeners, or did we just talk about it before we started recording? But like, this is another movie where just like the first one, there are like quick cuts constantly, like so many. It's very, I don't want to be that guy. I'm gonna be 33 soon, Russ. But like,
I'll be that guy.
I feel like this is like the attention span of high school kids these days. Like It's just too rapid fire. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So many things happening.
I hear you, because that's where I was. I was like, I don't know this is just, and none of it makes any sense. Nothing means anything.
Yeah.
There's no value to anything that's going on. I would be interested to count the actual number of cuts to see what was going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot and it was obnoxious, but.
So if it sounds like we're jumping around, it's because we are, because the movie is.
Yeah, we definitely said that in the first movie, because it's the same thing. So the OMG girls show up. They all look like they've aged out of high school by a few years at this point. And pretty much everything from the trailer. Like they say, but this is the same scene from the trailer, pretty much, where they talk about how Elle and Noah broke up, and then we learn about Marco's existence, and they talk about
the new guy's a snack attack.
And then that's pretty much it. And there's just we move on.
Yes, this is the first time I noticed in my notes of like I forgot how fast this movie is going to be.
Yeah.
So then Elle's dad calls, interrupting study hall, I guess. What this looks like, right?
Yeah.
But it's not her dad. It's Noah pretending to be her dad. Classic move.
Classic Harvard college kid move, right?
Yeah. Harvard smart.
Yeah, it's Harvard smart move. Fooled you fuckers. This is Mr. Evans. I'm just looking for my daughter, Elle. It's an emergency.
It's very Ferris Bueller.
So that's how it is in their family.
And then I love a good Kaiser Sose. That's horrible news about Aunt. Look around the room. Rose.
This is like one of many situations where it was trying to be funny, I guess, and it's not at all. But she's in like the guidance counselor's office, or it doesn't matter, whatever. Some teacher's standing there, and she's like, "Hey, here to use the phone." And she's on a phone in front of the teacher, and she's trying to make it sound like she's talking to her dad, which is actually obviously Noah. And making up these things, but doing the Kaiser Sose move of like, oh yeah, sorry about that. Rose. Did you stick through the credits all the way? Yeah. Okay. So the one later on when they I appreciated that. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's the best part of the movie. Arguably. So they're going on, and it's just so stupid. But she grabs a phone, she goes into another room, closes the door, and hijinks happens, phone breaks, but we get cuts back and forth between her and then Noah there in Cambridge and Harvard, which the movie does a great job of reminding you that he's in Harvard by having a bus in the background. The 69, the MBTA 69, it just says Harvard across the top. I was like, okay, well, gotcha. Which is a real bus, and it does run from Harvard to Lechmere. So people, if this is your first episode of ITMT, we're based in the greater Boston area, and so we can confirm that the movie is correct. That bus line this time. We might have actually later on. Well, we'll go through it later on, but it's pretty accurate for. Yeah. It feels like they spent I feel like they took the two actors for like, hey, we need you for a weekend, 2 days. We're going to fly into Boston. We're going to shoot all these like quick shots just around the city, all the key spots. Exactly what I was going to say. Yep. Say 2 lines, like boom, done. We need you for 4 hours. Yeah. How fast can we get across the city? But I will give them that they were in Boston. Like they did do those shots in Boston. So I give them that. That's true. It's not like that other movie we watched where they had like a green screen of what's her face walking across the Boston Common, which was obnoxious. Ugh. Yep. Anyway, leap year? That was leap year, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Beginning of leap year. Really stupid humor. These kind of situational moments happen quite a few times in this movie. It's really annoying. But and they talk through relationship stuff, and it doesn't really matter. And then we're in like the class board meeting thing here, right? Where they're committee trying to come up with what they're doing for the fundraiser. Which, come on, like we know what you're doing. Yeah, it's the title of the movie. Yeah, she starts talking about the fundraiser, like, oh yeah, I know last year we got a bunch of money, and we got a big presentation planned for you all today. And then whatever, the guy in the committee just cuts her off and is like, yep, everybody in favor of the dance club having a kissing booth? Yeah, everyone's like, yep, not happening. Great. Except for Lee votes against it because he's an idiot. So that's it. Right, scene booth gets approved and everybody claps. That's that's how that scene basically. Yeah, it's horrible. But they were like, "Oh, wait, tell us who's in the lineup because without Noah this year, it's gonna stink." Well, everyone knows about Marco though, so Elle does a classic marketing play of
well, we're keeping the big list a secret, but I know who you're thinking of. And yes, they will be there.
Sell it before you own it. Classic.
Yep, exactly. And then that's it.
And then we're on video chat. We're doing some Zoom chatting, Noah and Elle. We this happens a few times. We get this back and forth, obviously.
Yep.
Voiceover still going. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't have much here other than a stupid line she says. But
I mean, this is part of the development of the core plot, if you'll call it that.
It is, I mean, it's from the trailer. It's all from the trailer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but getting into like what actually happens here content wise, Noah is letting her know that things are different. Like he's not the big man on campus anymore. You know, he's having a tough time.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like, I got my own shit. I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. Kissing booth too.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing a kissing booth without me? Too? But Elle's like, yeah, well, that's okay. I'm sure it'll all work out. And then Noah's like, well, you should apply to Harvard. And unbelievably, he's like, if you can get into UC Berkeley, you can come here. Which, what?
I mean, I don't think UC Berkeley is a bad school. I think it's
no, of course not.
It's great. I mean, great school, but
I think it's the best UC for sure.
Absolutely. But
come on,
let's not be dummies about the situation.
This movie was half paid for by UC Berkeley. And like, oh, you know, it's a really good admissions video for us. Kissing Booth 2.
Yeah.
Kissing Booth 2.
Can you just put us on par with Harvard, please?
Yeah. Oh, you know what college is almost as good as Harvard? Basically the same. UC Berkeley. It's the Harvard of California, as they say.
She has to get accepted to both of us, not just us, you know? Oh my God. So, yeah. And then when he says something heartfelt, she does a voiceover, which is like, if you couldn't see this, but my heart literally did a backflip.
And she's thinking about Rule 19, which is go to the same college as your buddy. Okay.
Probably should amend those rules a bit.
I mean, if Lee can get into UC Berkeley, he can get into Harvard. Right? We know actually Lee's got a way better chance. One, he's like kind of legacy now, like his brother's at Harvard.
Absolutely. You've got a brother and they've got money. I mean, the Leaf.
Yeah, and they've got a bucket of money. You're right.
The Flynn family has money, especially when you see the Tea Day, the Turkey Day.
You're right. Yeah. Tice called that out too. She was like, why doesn't, like, if Elle's really having all these money troubles later, like, why isn't Lee just offering to help her out a little bit?
Right.
Like they have several houses and God knows what else.
Yeah. That's the offshoot movie we want to see. What does their family actually do? What does Molly Ringwald and the husband actually do?
Something weird, probably. Molly Ringwald is actually just Molly Ringwald. They don't go over it in the movie because she goes by a pseudonym, but she's actually just playing herself.
All right. So then we're in guidance counselor, right? Being the guidance counselor. And basically what it comes down to is her essay sucks, right? Because she's trying too hard. She's trying too hard to answer the old classic application question of where do you see yourself? Or who do you think you are?
Well, she's also trying to sell the podcast here. They're not. Yeah. 30s. They can't sell the podcast.
No.
Yeah. They don't have thousands of downloads like ITMD.
Thousands. That's thousands with an S, by the way.
That's right. But the counselor doubles down on it too. That's why I'm saying this movie's paid for by UC Berkeley, because he's like, well, you know, to get into top colleges like UC Berkeley and Harvard. Why is everyone saying this? They're both good schools, but one is not like the other. You can't.
I don't get, no clue.
So then we cut to the arcade, right?
And we're at the arcade. And there's like, this whole thing was really, I don't know. This was like stupid humor to me. It felt like humor for children. I didn't know what was
humor
going
for
on.
ants.
Yeah, this is humor for ants. They're at the arcade, and then Lee and Elle, and they find that, I mean, you have more here than I do, but they find that on the Dance Dance Mania there, the DDM, that MVP has taken number one spot from them.
Well, meanwhile, I mean, they were talking about Marco anyway. So
yeah.
Lee was like, hey,
yeah, we're gonna need Marco for this. And she's like, no, I hate Marco. He's new here. I hate new things. And so they're talking about Marco, and then they literally go over to the Dance Mania game, and
we don't know anyone with initials
MVP. Dirt.
That new Marco Pena kid's a real asshole. I have no clue who this could be on the game.
I'll give them they don't know his last name yet, but which I mean, it's kind of weird. They
absolutely could,
and they probably would, right? Like,
yes, definitely.
So stupid.
Yeah, but so that's when we get the line that they're going to need a lot of slushies and churros and and quarters, which.
And they make fun of the fact that the person's initials who is their number one is MVP. Like, really?
Right.
MVP.
So full of himself.
Most valuable player.
Yeah. I think they think they're using MVP as a pseudonym. So then we cut to another scene where there's a mascot carrying a cake that says "Happy Birthday, Principal Mark," that I don't think we ever resolve. Do we?
No, the cake is set up for what ends up in Lee's face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It took a while.
It's a stretch, but yes, there's a cake and it ends up in Lee's face. So
yeah, I know we've got at least one Principal Mark out there in the listenership. So happy birthday to you, Principal Mark.
Happy birthday.
It's called engaging with the fans, Russ.
Yeah, sure. Engage away. That's all you. I don't want to do that. So I was confused. How did, all right. Yeah, I have to fill in some gaps here. So I saw the birthday party thing, the cake, whatever for the principal. Yeah. And then we're in the announcements room, right? With
the goth girl. Yeah.
With the goth girl who was in the first movie, and she's back again.
Yeah. Do not remember her name. Lillian?
Maybe. That sounds about right. Let's go with Lily. And
Alan Iverson?
Sure. And talking about practice, not a game. I don't know why are they in this room? What's happening? And basically what's happening, like Elle puts her bag down on like the
there's no explanation.
Okay, so she puts her bag down on like the announcements board there, like the speaker system, right, you know, for the class, for the school, and she hits the old flips the live button on, right?
Yeah. And it was entrapment from Alan Iverson.
Yeah, well, she sees a button get flipped on, and she knows she's on speaker, but she doesn't say anything to her, right?
Right.
And now Elle, Goth Girl, a lot of questions here. So now Goth Girl pulls up a video and shows her a video of Marco. Yeah, hold on. So the Goth Girl shows a video to Elle, right, of Marco working out, doing like, you know, the bench press, chest press, whatever, shirt off, sweating.
Huge invasion of privacy.
Where did this video come from? But
she said somebody snagged this video of him working out, which is fucked up. He's a child. Well, he's like in his 30s, but
he's under 18.
Yeah, in the movie he's a child.
Yes.
In real life he's, you know, old enough, but
yes, yeah.
Still inappropriate. Invasion of privacy. You can't do that.
So then Elle goes into this mega long, super long rant about how hot he is and all sorts of stuff.
Inappropriate.
And of course, because the switch, it's, you know, classic hijinks. So that the comm switch is on, so the entire school can hear her rant about how snackalicious Marco is.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all laughing. Some of them freak out. And then Lee is hearing this, and he has a moment of, I need to go save the situation. And we've got another long. She's
one of my
still
favorite
going,
scenes in the movie, actually, I think, was
him,
the Lee scrambling around being the shenanigans.
Yeah, which it's not good, but that's a level, because I agree, it's probably one of the best scenes. But he scrambles from his science class all the way to announcements room.
Office. Yeah,
gets cake. He's knocking people over. He's jumping down staircases. He's getting cake in his face.
Incredible. The athleticism.
He gets in the room. He jumps like 30 feet across the room, hits the switch, cake in his face.
Yep.
She was done with the rant anyway, so it didn't matter. And it's the dumbest scene.
I did kind of like I got like Saved by the Bell kind of vibes a little bit at the beginning, when it was like at the beginning of this whole scene, when she's first turns the microphone on and it's like, oh, come on, he can't be that hot. And it's like hot. Like there's some echo on that or something. Around the whole school is just like hot. Like, oh no, like classic. Like, I don't know. It was like a fun 80s, like late 80s tribute. Feeling.
Yeah.
It was very seemingly intentionally like slapstick.
It was also, I mean, I guess you could say it was somewhat of a foreshadowed / setup for Lee using the comm system to profess his love for his girlfriend.
That's true. Well, did they use the comm system in the last one?
I
couldn't remember.
I don't think they did, not to like this level, but they did have like announcements happening. So I mean, it was there. Our British girl there, she was doing announcements over, but I don't think they used it to like, you know, any type of effect. But
okay.
It's basically just setting up that it existed and everyone in the school could hear it. So later on, when Lee professes his love.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So now, because of this long rant about Marco, oddly, strangely, everyone's chanting for Marco, and then we get our first character reveal. We get a reveal, right? And
yeah,
it's so weird.
unbelievable. Like the whole school was just like Marco, Marco, Marco. It's really messed up.
And he just turns around, big smile, like fuck yeah, MVP in the house.
Yeah, because she's like talking about licking it, smacking it, biting it.
Jesus, a lot of snack talk,
a lot of booty talk.
Yeah,
and then apparently we're calling her the Get It girl now because Marco can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's a couple of good lines in there. You yeah. He could bench you, us together at the same time. That's a pretty good one. Elle says that one to the goth girl, and the goth girl's like, yeah, great one, you know.
Yeah. Am I looking at a tray of ice cubes or his 6-pack, which is a weird thing to say. Yeah. It's like his sweat produces its own glitter. Like it's a Twilight movie or something. Yeah, horrible.
Okay. We should probably move on from that scene, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So then so Lee's there now, and then we get into the principal shows up, and no one cares. Then we're in the high school hallway. Everyone's laughing at her, and it doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
And then we get the moment from the trailer where she goes over to Rachel's locker with Lee, and she's talking away, and we get the classic like, oh man, he's standing right behind me moment, isn't he?
Yep. And she's talking about how I literally described 100 different ways Marco can get it. And Marco's like, oh, I take it you're the girl from the intercom, huh?
Gotcha.
Classic.
And
he's like, yeah, to be honest, everyone was yelling and cheering my name so loud I could barely hear anything, but I hate Marco so much.
Yeah, what a dick.
And then he mocks her by saying he's gonna go get himself a snack, and Elle smashes her face into her locker.
Yeah.
And
it's all super awkward. She spends minutes being awkward and annoying and awkward. And the line from the trailer.
Yep.
I'm gonna get myself a snack.
And
then we find out a little setup for later. Lee is nominated for Homecoming King.
Which good for him. I guess that's the payoff from having him get buff, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
What other payoff is there?
There are none, and nothing that's worth it. All right, so we're back at the old Flynn house here.
Yep.
Molly Ringwald is there. She's there. Hey, we get our first Molly
package
sighting.
Delivery service. Yeah.
Mom Flynn and Elle is there, and there's a package from Harvard, from Boston to Elle, and
it's a hoodie.
Harvard sweatshirt. It's classic. You can buy them at most little kiosk little things all over Boston Common.
Literally anywhere.
Probably costs like $40, right? $35 probably.
Oof, probably more, dude. These days.
Yeah, that's true. These days, inflation.
Sweatshirts, inflation. Yeah, $50-$60 probably.
Oh yeah. And then what else is in there?
A ticket
to Boston.
Yep.
We're going
Coach
to Beantown, motherfucker.
Which, come on, Noah, have a little class.
You've got the money. You're going to Harvard, dick.
Right? Your mom's Molly Ringwald, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. She's got Ringwald money.
So then we're back in video chat.
Yep.
And yeah, she's coming to Boston. She's all fired up. She's applied to, right? She says she's applied to a bunch of Boston schools, which is again from the trailer.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, equivalent of UC Berkeley. I mean, you got Harvard, Tufts, BC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, basically all UC Berkeley type top schools. Schools.
The obvious ones in the area.
Right. Yeah, like UC Berkeley, is another one.
Right. Yep.
When you're listing schools and that. Can UC Berkeley be a sponsor?
Of course. Yeah. It's college. You kidding me? College money is the way to go, man, actually. Right? That is where we should be.
Yeah.
Sponsors.
We could be like the mom from Full House there that is in jail now because of her bribing that college.
Oh shit, is that we don't want to be involved in that. We're not bribing. No. But colleges can pay us and we're like, yeah, go to UC Berkeley.
Yes. Right. The opposite. Yeah. You can bribe ups to say nice things about you.
Right.
It's called ads.
Hate to pull back the curtain on that one, but
yeah, little known secret. If you pay us, we will say nice things about you. Anyone, really.
You can pay us $5, we'll say something nice about you. It's actually that easy.
Yeah, and I'll send you a goodie.
See? Squid pro quo, right?
Squid pro quo. That's exactly right.
All right, so she's heading to Boston. Noah's all fired up. He's excited. She's applied to a bunch of schools there, breaking all of the rules. Rule 19, actually all the rules. One rule, Rule 19, which she has not told Lee about yet. And then
we're on Zoom later that night, right? She's thanking him.
Yeah, thanking him. She's, we're talking plans about going to visit Boston. She's coming there, and then all of a sudden the boys, though, the bros show up, and
who look like they're in their 30s. All of them.
Yeah.
Hey, no, what's going on, man? Flynn, what's good?
It'd be like as if I showed up and was like, "Hey, man, what's going on? You want to get drunk again?"
Hey, fellow kids.
Hey, is your mom Molly Ringwald? She's single. It's like your dad's still in the picture.
Is there a Mr. Ringwald?
Is there a Mr. Dad? Just curious. So the boys show up, and Noah's like, "Oh man, I forgot. I'm hanging out with the boys tonight." No one knows how to communicate in this show. And then we get our new threat.
Some British girl.
Supermodel Chloe shows up.
Hey, crikey, singing tonight.
She punches him in the shoulder.
First say crikey, right?
Yeah. Crikey. Oi, get over here, Noah. Give me that naked put a t-shirt on you, would you? Let me take a snip of those nips right there. Give it a flippity. Yeah, okay. All right.
Classic Sir Kingsley.
So Chloe shows up. She Kingsley's all over the place. Tells Noah to put her shirt on. And meanwhile, Elle's just sitting there flabbergasted watching, like, what? Who is this? Who is this supermodel Kingsley? And it gets really weird. Man, Elle is very jealous. And Noah's like, sorry, babe, I got to go and hang out with Supermodel Kingsley. Yeah. Supermodel Kingsley's just like, all right, that's right. Shut off that video communication screen. Let's go. Taking you boys out for some shots. And then this is where the social network aspect kicks in because video call's over and Elle is just filled with mad jealousy. And she's just, you know what? I need to internet stalk.
She gets the urge and knows she immediately knows that she's made a mistake, right? Yeah. She's like, I'm not going to like what I see, but I've got to see it.
This is a great moment, I think, for us to give a little PSA to all of our listeners out there across the globe,
Mm-hmm.
And we've said this before. Social media, it's a dangerous addiction.
We've said this 100 times. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Twitter. ITMT Pod. It's this pizza on Instagram. But it's seriously a dangerous addiction.
Yeah, social media is bad for you unless it's ours. Don't forget.
We like to think of it. Don't be addicted to us, not the ways that we want to communicate with you.
Don't be a dick. Get addicted to us only.
All right. So she goes down this rabbit hole of internet stalking, and all of a sudden she's finding everything about Chloe here, supermodel Kingsley, and all of a sudden she's like digging in through like photos of Noah and like recently tagged in. Chloe is everywhere.
Yep.
And you know what? Elle should be terrified because British accents, right?
Right, exactly.
You can't win against that.
And she also looks like she's in her 30s.
Yeah. As they said, she's Harvard girls are experienced, so right?
Yeah, it's Harvard. Yeah.
Right, of course. You look like you're 30 when you go to school there.
Then she decides to Google, after she's done doing other bad things for her mental health, she goes and Googles Harvard tuition and living expenses, which...
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Why would you do that? Also, if you do that, first of all, don't be surprised.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot.
That's like us looking up the streaming numbers for this movie.
Right. Yeah, too much. Like,
it's too much. It's too much. It's
not worth it.
It's too much. And then this is where we get we get the payoff, the foreshadowed of Audrey Hepburn photo.
I thought that was her mom for a second.
No, it's Audrey Hepburn.
Well, I don't know. Molly Ringwald's the other mom. Why can't Audrey Hepburn be the other mom?
It's completely true. And she looks for Audrey Hepburn for inspiration. And I think she gets a little bit. And I had no idea what the fuck was happening. So we're moving on.
Well, because Audrey Hepburn once said the best things in life to hold on to are each other. So she decides she's going to hold on to Noah. She makes this choice several times actively in the movie where she's like, no, you know what? Even if I don't trust him around this, Kingsley-esque hottie.
Yeah. Sir Hottie.
I choose to be with Noah. I'm going to see him soon. I got my ticket that he gave me very generously.
So then we cut to next day, and she's having a little, frank conversation with her dad, Frank, about school costs, right?
I don't know. Thais brought up a good point too when we were watching it. She was like, did they recast the dad? And I was like, no, he just seems like he's given up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, I think he really let himself go between the last movie and this one.
Yeah, he's got a smaller role, and he's definitely looking on like he's on the verge of like
dejected.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go into the backstory, we all know that Elle's mom died because of a car accident because he was a drunk driver, I think, right?
Was it white? What was that? Is that what happened? Was that really what happened?
No.
Did she have cancer? I don't remember.
But she had cancer, but on the way to the hospital, he got into a car accident. She died. Actually, the car accident, not of the cancer. So
right, that makes sense.
So he's kind of just given up on life. He's letting
he murdered his wife, right?
Yes, he murdered his wife. It was an accident, but he's giving up on life. Because you can tell he's giving up on life because he's letting his beard grow out.
Yes, exactly.
It's getting scraggly. It's getting a little chaotic. He's clearly not engaging with his son or his daughter at all. So
yeah.
So they talk, and he's like, "Sorry, honey. Yeah, I'm blowing all of our money on booze and women because I'm alone here."
Right. He's like, "Do you know how much top schools like UC Berkeley cost?"
Way more than Harvard. Have you Googled UC Berkeley costs?
Yeah, but then he rightly points out that there is some kind of discount for at least it's being a state school.
Staying in the state, yeah.
But she's not having it. She's like, well, I have my heart set on Harvard, the UC Berkeley of the East Coast, as they say.
Like everything in this movie, it's just Elle's world, and we're all living in it. So,
yeah. And then she's like, "And I got to pay for." He's like, "I got to pay for Brad's college too." And she's like, "Oh, I forgot Brad's a character in this movie." Because I also did.
Yeah,
I did not remember she had a brother.
So then we're back at high school doing what is happening?
Field day, which I had field day growing. Did you have field day growing up?
We we kind of did actually.
We had it,
but it was in high school. Yeah, we didn't. No, high school.
Definitely not in high school.
No, you're going and you're trying to get out of there.
Yeah, and like I don't know when you went to middle school, but when I went to middle school, field day was like, oh, can you run 40 yards or run 100 yards? Or it wasn't like things that required extensive amounts of equipment like we see here. It was.
It wasn't like a Tough Mudder.
Don't be the slow kid.
It wasn't like a Tough Mudder situation. Like they're literally running a Tough Mudder competition.
Yes, it's wild. Where did they get that? Like, where does the school get its budget? I don't know.
So now this makes me think: why does Dad not have money? Then why is he paying for his high school? Right?
Like, how can he afford to pay property taxes in this town?
Right?
Are they in Santa Monica? Like,
yes, they are. Yes, and she's going to this ridiculous private school that has entire day field days in high school. Like,
yeah, I don't get it.
Anyway, so we've got field challenge day competition, and Elle and Marco are the leaders of each of the teams, right?
Yep, for some reason. And then
it's basically just a really long way to show them kind of starting to flirt.
Well, and this is when we get our first shoehorned representation. This is the start of the secondary storyline.
This is like the B storyline.
Anyway, so Ollie shows up and Ollie's like, "Ooh, we should take Miles. Miles is sick at volleyball." And I was like, "Wait, but the huge guy over there is still available."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, trust me, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
He's our ace in the hole."
Mm-hmm.
So Marco obviously says, "Yeah, we'll take the giant guy."
Yeah. And the guy who plays football and who is also tripled in size since the first movie, but yeah.
Yes. And then, that's kind of the end of that scene. And we get a big montage of sports activities.
Yeah. Volleyball, climbing walls, doing stuff.
Tug of war.
Tug of war where the guys take their shirts off and distract all the girls. It's just like, what is going on?
Yeah. Swimming. So like they're like swinging over pools of mud for some reason. And volleyball also, which doesn't seem to fit in with those other activities. So then they've
at the beach.
They just kind of like cut to the boardwalk, right?
Yeah, Lee and Rachel. Yeah. with the girlfriend. So the three of them are walking around, and then Rachel gets rightfully annoyed, I think, just like we should.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What the fuck with all these rules?" And she's like, "I'm out of here. Fuck this."
Yeah, she's like, "What is this? Why is there word art that pops up in front of me?"
Can you guys not see this? Like, see what?
Yeah. Rule number 6, never question the word art.
Rule number 7, if you feel like a third wheel, it's probably because you are.
Rule number 9, why don't you butt out of my private conversation with my best friend Lee? Okay.
Like I can see.
Okay, Rachel.
Oh my God. So Rachel bails, and now Elle and Lee are just walking around town, around there. And then they hear some music playing, and guess what? It's Marco playing in his street band.
Yeah. Yes. Because of course.
Yeah. Like what is happening? So he's playing What I Like About You by the Romantics, which then he converts over halfway through and starts singing in Spanish, which is really showing his multi-talented dreamy
really
awesomeness.
showing off.
Yeah, he's basically showboating right now. He's the MVP. So, and then we're in the arcade, right?
Yep. And Elle is like, I don't want to invite Marco to the kissing booth. I don't like him, which is a lie. But They also then notice that MVP is back at the top of the charts after they defeated him.
And they still haven't figured out who that is.
They're real dumb. So then there's the dance montage, which why are they I don't know. I feel like they're never in class or doing there was just kind of wandering around boardwalk stuff, doing arcades or.
Oh yeah. I mean, whatever. They don't do anything. She's not going to get into Harvard like this, but did we talk about, did we talk about
start working on your essay?
Yeah. Right. Did we talk about the armpit smelling moment or is that coming up?
That's next.
Okay. Sorry. I want to make sure we cover that.
Right. So, this is when they get the high score and start smelling each other.
Yeah, they recap.
It's literally the next thing.
Yeah, they retake. Okay, they retake their number 1 spot and then do a little armpit smelling between friends, which hey,
questionable.
And then we get the Elle goes to the I don't know wherever she is, goes somewhere else to another room, and she sees a DDM Dance Mania flyer for the competition to win like $1 gajillion.
What, $50,000 specifically?
Oh, is that all it was? I thought it was like $1 million.
Yeah, no, it's so little money. That's what I was like. This is my first thought because she's like, this will be a game changer for paying for college. I'm like, oh, honey,
no.
Honey, that's less than a year at Harvard.
Did you actually
look that up earlier?
Did you actually do the math on this?
No, that's not a game changer. I don't think. Sure, it's better than nothing, but.
That's not gonna.
Yeah, but the prize is $50,000. That's.
Oh man, I thought it was more than
the whole movie. Nope, the whole movie working towards $50,000.
That's like nothing. That's not even worth it. It's just just give up in your dreams.
I don't get out of bed for less than $1 million these days.
Yeah, if you couldn't piece it all together, this doesn't make any sense. Again, probably not gonna get into Harvard.
Yeah, and this is also we're talking Santa Monica money here. that $50,000 goes even less far. She should have some kind of concept of $50,000, right?
No,
she didn't explicitly Google Harvard tuition too, which is last I checked, even in the year 2019, is probably like 57,000.
Yeah, sure. But
I think it's over 60 now.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably also why the dad is breaking down alcoholic, because he's just I have a daughter who has no concept of money and
she's got expensive taste.
That kicks off. I didn't realize it was only $50,000. This is so stupid. Yes. All this is
yes, the whole movie is worse now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought $1 million. I was like, well, even 500,000. Okay, that's worthwhile, but
it'll pay for college.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
She's got almost a year's worth of tuition and expenses. Yeah. And that's the other thing too that pissed me off about the $50,000 is because presumably she's splitting it with a partner.
Right. So she's only got 25.
So even less.
That's just 1 year.
Like a third of a year.
Yes.
At best. It's not what you want.
All right. So we're back at Elle's home.
Working on her college application again, which she's
pondering
always working on.
Yeah. Just get it done already.
Yeah. What do I want to be in 5 years? So then
talking to Noah on the phone, and he's like, he's been hanging with the bros, but he can't wait to see her, right?
And that's kind of it. And then we're back to the arcade again, because half the movie's in the arcade. Training.
Yeah, now we're doing fucking training. Lee agreed to do for the competition because did we comment about how she was like, hey, I can't afford college, basically? And he was like, I'll do it for you.
That happens right now, yeah.
Oh, does it all here? Oh,
yep,
okay.
Yep.
So yeah, they're training for this
I didn't want to say it, but I really need the money for school. And he's like, oh, why didn't you just say something? I'll gladly give you a check for, instead he's like, yeah, sure, we can train for this competition, I guess.
Yeah. Same time, she doesn't fill in and be like, yeah, I may not go to UC Berkeley here. I need this to potentially go to Harvard. So that's problem number one. You're supposed to be upfront with your friends here. You have rules. You have literally rules to dictate your friendship, and you're breaking all of them. So
lying by omission. Yeah.
And then Marco shows up, and we got same premise as the first movie, asking the hot guy to be in the kissing booth.
Yeah. All we need is Marco, and everyone else will fall in line. I'm like, wait, what does this fall in line thing mean? Like, are you forcing people to kiss up? Like, this seems weird.
All right, so they ask him, and he's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, that sounds horrible.
But then he quickly changes his tune, and he's like, you know what? Yeah.
When you put it that way.
If you beat me. Yeah, and they do the thing.
Smooch,
smooch. But then there's a challenge here. Like, hey, if you beat me at any game in here, I'll do it. Right?
It's an old-fashioned hustle.
And she tries to pull the reverse hustle, saying like, sure, any game but that one.
Yeah, that one's really hard. He's like, no, it could be that game too if you want. Whatever game. I said whatever game. But if you guys lose, you have to babysit my sister. Which is a weird, a weird thing to bet.
Just be like, buy me lunch for a week.
A lot of options.
So there's a whole like downplay. Everyone's kind of playing, you know. And then they get in there, and guess what?
He's MVP.
Hey, Marco, what's your last name?
Pena.
What's your middle name? Valencia. Valentine.
Oh, I thought it was Valentine.
Yeah, it's Valentine. I just forgot it. Yeah.
MVP. Our guy.
How does that make you feel?
Great.
And then
she barely wins.
79-77, which is really not that good. I mean, you guys got C pluses there. And then we're at the end here, and Lee completely forgets that he was supposed to hang with his girlfriend, Rachel.
Yeah, so fucked up. She's been standing at the movie theater for 45 minutes.
Alone. No cell phone? Like, hey, where are you?
Right.
Or like, hey, I'm at the theater.
Lack of cell phone usage.
Right, all of a sudden, yeah, right, like right there. All of a sudden, like there's none. Yeah. It's like, oh, maybe his
there's
phone,
another moment too.
Maybe his phone wasn't in his pocket or something, but it doesn't make any sense. Kids are always in their phone, so it's bullshit.
Exactly.
So we get a shot of Rachel standing by herself outside.
So then we cut to Rachel's house where, you know, Leah's kind of apologizing, but not really.
Because
you get in a big fight about Elle. Rachel tells him he needs to figure out his priorities, which
she's
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I think Rachel and Chloe are the only two people in this entire movie that make any sort of reasonable sense, right?
Yes, the heroes we deserve.
And then we're at the airport because guess where we're headed, my friend? Beantown.
To Boston, shipping up to Boston.
So Lee's dropping her off.
Shout out to Dropkick Murphys. I know you're listening.
We're at the airport, and she's like, "I'm nervous." And we got more voiceover about her being worried about seeing someone you haven't seen in a while. It's just more.
And then they do a guy standing at the top of the escalator while she stares wistfully, just like Noah did in the first movie.
And then
this is like not at all Logan.
I've been close.
No, not bad job.
Then we get a Boston montage, right?
Yep.
We said this earlier, but they are actually.
At least they're actually in Boston.
So you get shots of them holding lobsters because, you know. Boston lobsters.
Yeah. When I'm in Boston, I always pick up a lobster with my hands and show it to my friends.
And what other things are stereotypical Boston things? Getting on and off the green line and red line.
Yep. Yeah, they do the red line. They do
green line.
Fenway Park. They're wearing Red Sox hats, which they're dropping thousands of dollars today. On all these activities.
Other Boston things. Fake IDs at the Irish bar. That's a Boston.
They're like outside Faneuil Hall at one point, kind of.
Drinking pints of Guinness, obviously.
Yep. There's the Charles River. We're doing a little, want to do a little boating out on the river. Going to the library. I think they're at the BPL, right? At some point.
Yeah. Yep. They're in Copley Square. Yeah. They do all of that.
Yeah. It's got it all. Really fit all of Boston into one day.
All right, so then they're at dinner and whatever. I don't know.
It's like, again, speaking of their fancy day out here, they're continuing that trend with like a fancy Italian restaurant there in
the old North End.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Mamma Maria. Yeah, have you been there?
I have not been. Have you?
No, because I can't afford it. Yeah, we're talking like $40 pasta plates kind of place.
Holy shit!
Sure, it's delicious, but. That's when they have a little more chit chat, and she tells him that she's going to treat him like her own personal jungle gym. And he goes, "Check, please."
Because that's what you'd yell in a place like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But hey, whatever.
Then they run outside. They're like running around
Boston Common. Well, they're now all of a sudden in Boston Common. So they went from the North End to Boston Common. So
that's feasible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely feasible.
15-minute walk. Yeah.
So they get to Boston Common, and we get this scene from the trailer. She's like, "I love this city," and he's like, "I love this girl."
And then they have dorm sex.
Sock on the door handle.
Classic. He's definitely, in my opinion, having spent a decent amount of time at Harvard dorms. He's
really?
Definitely could be in a Harvard dorm, but not a freshman dorm. It's like a upperclassman dorm for sure.
Yeah. Well, he's got money, so
yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Way up, but I don't know. But he's got his own room now, doesn't he?
Yes, which is
that's
not a thing. When you're in the upperclassman dorm, sure.
Yeah,
like the upperclassmen dorms do look like, just like when they show his dorm room later, they do look like that. Like I could tell that's there, but the freshman dorms are like regular Harvard or like regular college dorms where there's like 3 beds in a room.
Then we're still in Boston, and this is when we're going out to do some drinks, and she's going to meet all the friends. She's going to meet all the bros.
Intro you to the crew. Yeah.
So they go to some restaurant there, and we meet the table.
Fair warning, they're intense.
Jesus Christ. So that's just a nice way of saying a bunch of assholes. And they're hanging out, and we just get quick shots of all the bros talking about liberals and acronyms. And then,
to be fair, this is absolutely a scene that would happen in certain places of parts of Harvard. Yes.
1,000%. There is absolutely no doubt.
Like it's a stereotype for a reason.
Yes. I feel like I've tried to tell you that.
This is different. This is about rich people. We can do whatever. We can say
okay. So, all right, got it.
Stereotype about rich people as much as you want.
Right. So it works when you want it to work. Got it. Okay. So then supermodel Chloe Kingsley shows up. She Brits all over the place, and everyone knows her. She's cool as shit, obviously.
Yeah, she's like kissing and hugging everyone in the room.
Everyone all the way in. No mask on. Elle is
true.
Right? Elle is big time fucking grape jelly here, and Chloe just shows up and can't compete with this, right? This 30-year-old woman probably. So
yeah. And then worst of all, Noah doesn't even introduce her. Like she comes in, swoops in, kisses Noah. They're like embracing whatever, and he doesn't say, "Oh, hey, this is my girlfriend."
This whole movie though is doing this, like trying to it's like the bait and switch are kind of trying to con us into thinking that there's something going on between Noah and Chloe,
right? And
it's like obvious that they're trying to do this.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I mean, there was a second at one point where I did believe it, but for the most part, I agree with you.
So then we're midway through the night here, and Chloe's telling some awesome family story about.
And there I was pulling the sword from the stone.
And I looked over and I said, "That's how you do that, fuckers."
And I said, "I've never even had caviar."
Everyone's laughing.
And then, they call each other gorgeous, like backhandedly. And
yeah. And then, you know what? And then Chloe's like, you know what? Fucking time to do some shots, you pussies. Shots. But Elle is lame-o, boring girlfriend from California is like,
right.
No, we
that
have to
boring
go.
Place.
Yeah, that boring place, California. Sorry, we have to go home because I have a lot of interviews tomorrow.
Some of us are trying to get into college, unlike some of us are trying to get into a good school like UC Berkeley.
Yeah, some of us are underage here and shouldn't be doing shots, but yeah, okay.
All of us, I think, are underage.
And then Chloe actually is like, "Good fucking look at that." But actually in a really endearing and nice and meaningful way.
Cheers.
Fuck you. Fine. I'll do our shots without you. Why is she a pirate now?
I don't know.
All right. So then we're next day, college interviews.
It does not go well.
No, because she's hungover probably. And
probably part of it.
All right. So she's getting interviewed at one of the colleges. Who knows, right? Do we know which one?
I don't know. I assumed Harvard or BC or Tufts.
Interviewer is basically like, you suck at this. Little advice.
Yeah. Can I give you a piece of advice? Yeah. Which that's not a good sign.
That's me inside. You're like, I wish her voiceover kicked in. She was like, fuck.
Yeah. And the woman's like, yeah, I can tell you're trying really hard. Just trying to find the perfect answer. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Not like this.
We want what we at ATMT tell everyone for inspiration is just be yourself.
Just be yourself. We have a whole song about it coming soon.
As part of the ITMT album dropping 2024, big announcement. Summer 2024, big ITMT.
Summer of Love.
Yep. Big album, huge. We got massive stars on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
friend of the pod.
Who's going to be on it? He came back from the dead.
Yep. The comedian.
Huge album. It's like a experimental music comedy kind of album, you know?
Fusion, yeah.
Fusion jazz. It's going to be huge. Probably mostly in other countries.
Yeah. France.
Brazil, maybe.
Where were they send t-shirts after the Super Bowl? The losing team.
So look out for that in 2024. Yeah. Be out there. Just return our tax, please. So
you don't have to wear shoes.
We got a bottle of Fireball ready for you, so don't worry about it. So we're in Noah's dorm, and Elle's hanging out by her lonesome.
Yep.
And
Noah's in the shower.
Yeah, and she starts just, as one does, just poking around.
Just rifling through her loved one's things, yeah.
Yep. And hey, the first place to start if you want to find something sketchy? Under the bed.
Under the bed, yeah.
Always check under the bed, no matter what. If you break into a room and you're looking to kidnap Liam Neeson's kid, look under the bed. If you're looking for porn, monsters, look under the bed. If you're looking for incriminating evidence that your boyfriend's been cheating on you, look under the bed.
Under the bed. Mm-hmm.
What does she find?
An earring. A solitary earring.
Singular earring. This person must have one ear. So that should be easy to spot.
Narrow it down real quick. So it can't be Chloe.
Oh, it can't be Chloe because she's got two ears.
I've seen them both. Yeah.
I've seen them both. Huh. Did she Van Gogh it before? Then, of course, you find an earring that leads you to go and snoop on your partner's phone.
Well, that also happened to ding at the same time.
All at the same time because it's with a Chloe message of like, "Hey, babe, what's up?
Oh, let's catch up later. How about that?
Let's have a little jolly later, huh?
Yeah, catch me outside. How about that?"
Chloe Kingsley getting all into it. Mm-hmm. Of course, Elle sees that and she starts scrolling through all the messages, and man,
which
it is
inappropriate. Again, another invasion of privacy.
It's like you were stalking and now you're doing extra stalking. Anyway, so she's scrolling through all the text messages.
Become the stalkie.
So she's going through his phone, going through all the messages between him and Chloe with zero context. But hey,
which
I just got to the bath. Yeah,
they're not that bad. Yeah,
no, it's not like, hey, here's a Dick Vitale, pic. So there's no dick pics being sent around.
I saw no Cheneys.
But she jumps to conclusions pretty quickly. All the evidence is there. This case is closed. She solved it.
She's big mad.
She's big mad. Tears are coming. And Noah comes back into the room and she's like, I've got to go home.
I love when Noah walks back in. He says, "Oh," just like my dad does. Like when my dad answers the phone, he's like, "Oh," every time without fail. And Noah walks in from the bathroom. He's like, "Oh."
So she just storms off, gets on a flight back to California. See ya. Get the fuck out of her town. Leave the lobsters. Yeah. All right.
Which, how fast did she get to Logan? Because they're doing a cut back and forth, and she's on the plane, and he's still standing there at a towel looking at his phone. Which that's probably 40-minute trip.
Well, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, maybe a little less. I don't know. Getting to Logan isn't that bad from Boston. We've got a pretty good infrastructure for driving to getting to the airport and in and out.
From Cambridge specifically, though.
Yeah, you're kind of deep in,
right?
It's going to take you 15 minutes just to get out of Harvard Square, and then Then you got to hop on Storo, and then you go on Storo to 90.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to take longer than you think.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
But she's sitting on the plane already. She's made it through security. She's done all of the other things.
He doesn't even have his shirt on yet. He's just like, what? What happened?
Then we fast forward to she's back in Southern California in the car with her dad.
SoCal,
And he's like, "Are you sure you want to rearrange your whole life for this boy?"
This is the random quote from the random person's face we don't see, but we guessed was the dad.
The one line, one of 4 lines that he has in this movie.
Yeah, and then that was it. Maxine, next cut.
Back at home, Noah's calling, and she is ignoring.
Because she's made up her mind. She found the earring of the one-eared lady, and So the chats.
She does finally pick up, though, and says that she kind of confronts him about it, which I'm glad she's at least semi-confronting people about this. Seems slightly healthier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, she definitely is, like you said, her mind is already made up either way.
Yeah.
But she's kind of like, if you tell me nothing happened with Chloe, I'll believe you. And he's like, okay, nothing happened with Chloe. And she's like, yes, I believe you.
But deep down, I really don't.
And this is like 49 minutes into the movie. So much movie left.
Oh my God. There's like an hour and 10 minutes left. Hour and 20 minutes left, actually, at this point. It's a 2 hour and 11-minute movie.
I know.
Okay.
Too much. So then cut back to Harvard, and Chloe shows up and is like, hey, let's go out for some fun.
Yeah.
I can take your mind off of that chick, leading us to believe, right? They're trying to lay the ground here.
Yeah. They're laying the pipe work here for something we're supposed to believe.
I'm not picking up what they're putting down. Yeah. They even go so far as to say, they give him the line, I think you're good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, tell me something I don't know, very flirtily, as she's like getting dressed in his room.
Or she's just pulling out clothes for him. That's all she's doing.
Right. She's dressing him. Sorry. Yeah.
It's not like there's no nudity going on here. There's nothing.
No, but it's weird.
It's a very fragmented conversation with zero context. Like, no one talks like this if you're... And we're back at the arcade.
Yep. More practicing.
And then this is where we get a big moment.
Yeah.
Lee sucks, first of all. We find out that Lee sucks.
Which he was good in the first movie, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
And then they kind of have like a brief kind of conversation about their respective relationships, but none of them actually open up and talk about it, even though they're best friends. And it just creates more drama and confusion later on.
And she's like talking about how the trip wasn't super fun. And then she asks how Rachel's doing. And he's like, well, same as when you left. But I'll think I'll find something to make her come around. Like, I'll definitely think of something to make her come around.
What's her face there? Elle also says, like, she almost slips up that she thinks that Noah's cheating on her.
True.
But holds back.
Also sponsored by Converse, in case you didn't notice. Every dance scene they do, they're wearing different pairs of Converse, different colors.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, every model Converse shoe that you could think of.
No shit. I didn't pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a great move into, well, then Lee busts his ankle, so...
Right, exactly. That's why they show us his ankle so much.
So Lee busts his ankle, or...
Well, we're led to believe.
We're led to believe that. So kind of see where this is going to go, right? But then Lee is kind of, he's like, hey, I can't do this, but I know someone who could. And that feels like a good cliffhanger for part one.
Yep.
I don't know if we're supposed to tell people we're giving them a cliffhanger. I think they're supposed to feel it.
No, I think you explicitly say it.
Do you?
I think so.
Okay. That's a cliffhanger.
That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, we're hanging you from the cliff right now. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Thursday with part 2. In the meantime, though, you can follow us on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, something terrible could happen.
Factors.
Yeah, there's a lot of, Jesus, now you got me thinking about life. And
it's 2022, man.
Yeah, what's going to happen over the next, 5 minutes?
Nothing's off. Nothing's out of.
That's true. Nothing's off the table for catastrophe. You're right. So thanks for listening. We might be back on Thursday. We're hoping to be back on Thursday. We're hoping you'll be back on Thursday with listening to part 2. We'll provide it. You listen to it. But in the meantime, follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, or ITMTPod on Twitter. Remember, don't get addicted to social media. Get addicted to our social media.
Right.
Yes, us. We're the drug that you need. We're
doing a cult of personality thing.
It's probably not the right thing to say. But anyway, sorry.
People always say ITMT is the opiate of the masses.
Yes.
Yeah, Karl Marx famously said,
yes,
ITMT is the opiate of the masses.
But wherever you listen to us, you should subscribe or follow or however it works.
And while you're there, you can leave us a review, especially Spotify and Apple Podcasts. 5 stars would be appreciated. Whatever, give us your honest opinion. Honest reviews help too. Tell us if we're bad, or if you're feeling old fashioned, you want to tell us something nice in an email. You can do that. Send us one. It's justmeetsthat@gmail.com. We'll read them in the trailer trash and the fan service like we do every other week. Or you can go to the website, find all of our old episodes, take a trip down memory lane, listen to Kissing Booth, the first one. There's 3 episodes there. There's probably 3 hours worth of content that you can go back and enjoy.
So much tent. Do it.
Yeah, it's justmeetsthat.com.